they have. Now, let's get into some esports championships. Yesterday, we had the esports championships happening at Cheta Hall in Nairobi, and Davis Beria, who can't hold a mouse but tried to hold a pad, tried his hand in esports, and of course, after that, he got to speak to the president of the Esports Kenya Federation, and this is what he filed.
This is the 4th edition of the E-League One Tour, and it's so far a very good tournament. We started it 3 weeks ago with the first round. We had over 700 players who turned out at BBS Mall in Italy, and we got the best 8 players. So today we have the best 8 players playing here, and you can see we've already had a crowd of over 2,000 people just coming in live to watch. We are seeing another bigger crowd is watching on YouTube, and it's just nice times to be here.
Of course, this brings together, of course, esports players across the country. How does it feel making such a move and being among the sports that is taking so much root into the country?
It feels so good to see esports rising in this country. It feels so good to see people recognizing it, sponsors recognizing it. Governments like the county government of Nairobi, a very big thank you to Governor Sakaja and Deputy Governor Njoroge Mushiri. The Prime Cabinet Secretary himself was here. It shows you that the national government, the regional governments are committed. We are seeing more sponsors also making inquiry about esports, and it's really the right thing to do. If you are not here where the young people are, you are not here where the Gen Z are, because all of them are playing these digital sports, all of them are in the digital world. So it's really wonderful to see the growth of esports, and it can only get better from here.
Of course, someone will ask after the 4th edition, where are we going, and maybe how are we heading in the next maybe event?
Thank you. E-League One Tour is more of an exhibition event. After this 4th edition, somewhere mid this year, we are rolling out the inaugural Kenyan Esports League, which will cover at least the 5 cities of the Republic, and we will go around the country. And towards the second half of the year, we are going to crown a champion. So after this also, we are going to officially open the training center in MKU. The equipment finally arrived. You know, we got that sponsorship last year, but we had some delay in the equipment. So a lot is coming up. We are having the 2nd edition of the Kenya University Sports League coming back. And maybe if Kenya Secondary School Sports Association, everything goes well, we may have an exhibition in August during the National School Games of high school.
Maybe are you in touch with the Kenya Secondary School Association, and how are you going to moderate that, because it has not been in their calendar for the longest?
Yeah, we are in touch, and it's about starting from the small steps. We have schools like Upper Hill. They've come to our events. Their players participate in it. We have Alliance Girls High School. They've come to our events. And it shows you we can start somewhere. It's not about starting with all the thousands of schools that are there in the country. It's about starting small, starting with a region, doing an exhibition, having a proof of concept, and finding a way now to do it in a more sustainable manner. But for sure, the high school space is a space we are really knocking at the door. Already in here, we have a primary school student. Brilliant Nekesa is only 14 years. We have Collins, is only 17. We have Kibet, just finished high school last year. So that is where the teenagers are, and it only makes sense that we'll find a way, even in the school system, to accommodate their talents.
Ronnie, talk to us about the Olympics.
The Olympic Esports Games, of course, that's very wonderful. I think one of the biggest legacies of the outgoing IOC President Thomas Bach was the establishment of those games. Now, you know, IOC has had a change of guard, and the games were moved to 2027 to give the whole world a time to prepare. But for me, from a Kenyan perspective, an African perspective, is to hope that the Olympic Esports Games will be more democratized. We will have qualification pathways that give equal opportunity, especially to third world nations in Africa and South America, who may not have the digital infrastructure to the level of your Asia, Southeast Asia, and Europe. So that will be the biggest hope we'll have. But definitely you can see Kenya will be there among the medals. In Olympic Esports Games, Kenya will be there among the medals. We have an African champion in Street Fighter. We have Demon who's won a title in France. We have Queen Arrow, who's doing well across the world. I mean, we will be there.
You've invested so much of your time, energy, and maybe financial muscles into this. Maybe which are some of the challenges that you feel when they will be worked on, we can have a big gaming country?
Yeah, we've invested a lot. We continue to invest a lot from a personal perspective, from an institutional perspective. I think the next space for us is to deal with 2 main things. Access to equipment and facilities. We are not asking for Atalanta Stadium. We just need a hall like this, a place that that esports players can call home, that they can gather every weekend. Today, 90% of this budget is on setup, and tomorrow this hall will be set down. But if you have our own location, you can have a permanent setup that can carry 2,000 people like the one that has done today, and then more access to equipment. So we'll be knocking the doors of corporates, we'll be knocking the doors of the Ministry of Sports, who've so far been receptive, listening to us, and we hope we will be able to escalate and elevate that conversation to make it to the top.
Before I let you go, of course, there are those players and the teams that will want also to join the movement. How can they register, and maybe what is the procedure?
All our tournaments is open registration. We normally announce with good people like yourself and KTN. For you as a player, you just need to meet the eligibility criteria, and which most of the time is you just have to be breathing, really. But we're also trying to open up lower category games that perhaps can have entry level. People in 12, 13 should really be competing with their seniors. Of course, you have those who are ahead of their time like Brie, but we need more editions that now accommodate these younger people. But always you can visit Esports Kenya Federation online, on Instagram, on TikTok. Find us there. You'll see all information on tournaments that are coming.
Your parting shot?
My parting shot to corporates, my parting shot to government. Esports is where young people are. The world is digital, and it's digital now, not tomorrow. Hurry up, join this bandwagon. Hurry up, interact with this wonderful Gen Z who are playing this digital sport of esports.
But I just want to say that as France, we've been walking across this journey with Kenya in the development of esport and gaming. And we believe, I'm in a generation that necessarily doesn't understand all of it, but I can see the young people of Kenya have really mobilized in favor of esport. And so as much as it is about expressing talent, there's also a part which is developing and nurturing talent and creating content and making this whole screen industry a proper industry. So I think you've said we've been partnering with Esports Federation. I think some of the best talent here in Kenya. I want to have a special mention for Queen Arrow, was also sometime part of our program, and we will continue to do so.
How we can use the lessons from this sport to manage garbage collection, for example, to manage security, to manage lighting possibilities, and many other things. So there are possibilities of utilizing these skills that the players here have to be able to expand the scope of this game.
There's a great future, and we'll do whatever it takes to support esports and other sports so that the young people can fully unleash their potential as sports people in different ways. The second thing is, as you play the esports, I want you to also work with us so that skills like coding, as you learn to play, so that you can actually upgrade your skills in coding, and Kenya can become a very, very powerful nation on matters coding. So there's a great opportunity for young people.
Well, of course, those were the National Esports Championships held yesterday at Chatter Hall in Nairobi. Now,